Hey everyone, welcome back. So we got some questions and we're about to film this Q&A video. So Destiny is gonna be the interviewer. I am the interviewee. Is that a word? Okay. So here we go. The votes are in. I'm just kidding. Okay, ready. Destiny, what is the first question? At least the compressor didn't come on in the background.
Oh my gosh.
I'm doing construction outside, so.
Ready?
It's okay, it's not that loud. Ready.
Question number 1. How old are you?
Ugh, these are just easy and fast, huh? 34. Born in 1985, February 9th. I'm an Aquarius. Aquariuses. I don't know what they mean. Okay, what's the next question?
Are you single?
Yes. I was married for 5 years and got divorced about 2.5 years ago. So far, I'm single, looking for Mrs. Right, and that's pretty much that. Yeah.
Where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Farmington, Utah, and that's great little place. It's by Salt Lake City in a little town. Had a really cool childhood. Had great friends and cool neighborhood. cool neighborhood. My parents were great. My siblings were good. I had a good life. Good childhood. Happy camper.
Do you still eat keto?
Yes and no. So here's my thoughts on keto. The true ketogenic diet is like 70% fat and 20% protein, 25% protein, and only 5% carbs. It's pretty hard to maintain, especially because even that 5% carbs is considered like vegetables. So in my opinion, the true ketogenic diet is something that you would only really do to get out of a plateau. If your fitness was like stuck, or if you were like overweight and you were just like, I'm just gonna go crazy for like 2 months or a month or something, and you wanna get on like an extreme kind of like shock your body, then keto diet is awesome. The way I eat currently is kind of more of like I definitely eat like a paleo diet. Paleo diet is that term is thrown around a lot. Paleo refers to the Paleolithic time period in the world when people would eat that way. They really only had meat and fruit and vegetables and nuts and things that they could find in nature. So paleo is pretty close to how I eat. I don't really eat any processed foods. I don't eat much of any sugar. I don't eat any candy. I don't drink soda. I don't drink alcohol. And I'm a pretty healthy guy most of the time. So yeah, I kind of eat keto on, fat is good for your body. Gives you energy, good for your brain, but I mostly eat paleo.
Are you growing your hair out?
Yeah, so my hair, currently in a braid. Very exciting. I discovered that the braid is very convenient. I like a braid. And I like the braid. So here's the deal with my hair. Like 2 years ago, I was watching a movie called Legends of the Fall. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. And in that movie, Brad Pitt has long hair, and I saw it and I was like inspired, and I'm like, I'm gonna grow my hair just like that. And so I've kind of been growing my hair until it got to the same point, which is about right now. My hair's about as long as his was in the movie. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think it's a little bit too long at this point, but I'll probably cut it a little bit or trim it, but still keep long hair because it's fun. And the reason I have long hair is because I like to be different, and I just don't like having the same haircut as everybody else. It's kind of fun.
What's your favorite fruit?
It's the hardest question. That's such a hard question. But I'm gonna give you like my top 3 favorite fruits, because I just can't choose one. I would say mangoes are in the top 3. Durian is in the top 3, and probably a fruit called an atamoya, which is related to a cherimoya, which no one probably knows what that is. But the mangoes that I grew up eating and that a lot of you have probably eaten in the mainland in the grocery stores, those mangoes, they're really bad. They're not anything compared to the mangoes you can eat in like Hawaii and Florida and tropical places. Mangoes here are off the charts.
Do you sell fruit?
I don't really sell my fruit right now. I have planted a couple hundred different fruit trees on my property, and the reason, probably the biggest reason I don't sell fruit is because I love to eat all the fruit myself. I love growing it, I love eating it, it's delicious, it's awesome. But I have sold fruit a few times. I have sold some dragon fruit to some of the vendors at the farmers markets. And as my trees start to produce more and more fruit, I'll probably start selling it more and more.
What fruit trees do you have on your farm?
Oh boy, this is an entire video. Whoever asked that, we will do another video on the fruit trees on my farm, because it's literally gonna be like a 20-minute video, and I'll walk around and show what the fruit trees are. Because like I said, I have over 200 fruit trees, and probably 150 of those are unique varieties of fruit. So I do have some repeats. Like I have like 7 different mango trees that are different varieties of mangoes. I have 6 or 7 different avocado varieties, 6 or 7 different dragon fruit varieties. But then I do have a lot of single specific types that are amazing. Another video. Stay tuned. Next, Destiny. What's the next question?
How long have you been in Hawaii?
All right, I moved to Hawaii in May of 2012. So that was like 7 years ago. What is it? What month are we in now? June? 7 years. I actually moved to Oahu first in 2012. I had actually just got married like a week before. It was crazy. So that'll kind of answer another question that somebody had of why I moved to Hawaii. So I had just gotten married, just got back from my honeymoon. I was completely broke, just broke as a joke. And I was kind of desperate for a job to make money. To Oahu, we started selling solar. Well, I started selling solar and it really took off. Solar was really, really great. I was on Oahu for 2 years. Well, I basically asked them if I could move to another island to open up another division of their company, kind of like a franchise on a different island. And the big island did not have any solar, did not have any presence here, and so I chose the big island. I wasn't at all expecting to buy a house. One of my customers that I sold a solar system to, he wanted me to meet his family, his parents, and whatever, and so I met him, and they asked me where I was gonna live on the big island. I told them I didn't know, I didn't have a place yet, and they said, hey, you should really come look at our house. It's for sale, it's a great house, it's such a good deal. So I came up here, saw this house and this property, and I was blown away. And I basically walked around here for like 30 minutes, looked at everything, and just was like, okay, I'll buy it. There was a lot more to it than that. There was a lot of ups and downs and craziness, and it was actually like a miracle that we even got this house. But that's how I ended up in this house. Now I've been on the Big Island for 5 years, and so yeah, total time in Hawaii was 7 years.
How did you decide to start growing fruit?
Okay, so this one's funny. Everybody asks me, if I was like a farmer back when I grew up, or if I grew up on a farm, and the answer is no, none of it. I don't even know what happened to me. I think when I was a little kid, I planted raspberries with my mom, and we planted 1 peach tree. And I remember as a kid thinking that was really cool, and I was excited because peaches are, they're delicious. Everybody loves peaches.
And his best idea is about a peach that lives on a farm. What's more vulnerable than a peach?
So I was really excited to plant the tree and eat the peaches. And that was like a memory I had as a kid, but I hadn't really like planted very much stuff. But then when I moved here, this house has 3 acres. This property has 3 acres. And so it kind of was like, it just hit me that I'm like, wow, I finally have my own land. So now I can plant the mango tree and the avocado tree and the bananas that I've always wanted. So within like a week of getting to this house, I had planted a mango tree, an avocado tree, and a banana tree. Bananas aren't actually trees, but I'll explain that in another video. And so I thought that was pretty good. I was like, all right, I got my 3 trees in the ground. I'm all set. And then the more I looked around, I just was like, oh, I have a lot more room. I could plant more. So I went back down to the nursery and kind of was just like, what else do you have? I actually started getting to the point where I was like, well, I'm just gonna plant every tree that I can.
How old is Mara?
So Mara is my little girl. She just turned 5. Her birthday is May 4th, so she's a Star Wars baby. May the 4th be with you. Everyone says that.
How did you pick Mara's name?
Okay, so for Mara's name, I can't actually take credit for that. Mara's mom actually picked her name, and the only thing that I had told her was I didn't want to have a crazy name, because you know how people always want their kid to have like the most unique name ever. They want to name their kids the craziest names, like Blaze. I was just like, no. I said, my only requirement is that I'm not gonna have the kid that when the teacher looks at their name, they're like, Shahanda. I'm like, not gonna be my kid. The teacher has to just look at it and go, Mara. But that was how her name got picked. Then later, in the Bible, we found that Mara is like, the definition of Mara in the Bible is like great sorrow or sadness. And I was like, oh, we're just never gonna tell her that. She just keeps laughing like weird, like there's a big secret going on over there.
It's not.
I'm just excited.
Okay.
How old is Marley?
Marley is my sweet black lab, and I have no clue how old he is. How annoying. Can we go on a tangent real quick?
Talk about how it's
Permit me to go on this tangent. So how bad is it when you're with someone and they're like, oh, thanks for driving, let me give you some gas money. And then the person's like, no, it's fine. And then like, no, I really want, let me help you here. No, I don't need it. No, really, please. No, you're the nicest person ever. It's okay. No, I really want to give it to you. And you're in the car and you're like, gah, someone just either say no or take it. I can't deal with this. Back and forth for like an hour. And so I just don't do it. I don't even play that game. I have a one policy. And my policy is I'm like in a car and I'm like, hey, thanks for driving. Can I help you with gas money? And someone's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay. It's just it. One time. And if people want to offer me money, I'm like, oh, it's cool, don't worry about it. And they're like, no, really, take it. And I'm like, okay. And I'll just take it. And it definitely catches people off guard. But I'm just like, look, I'm not going to have a debate with you for an hour. If you want to give me money, I'm going to take your money.
Advice on how to start an Airbnb.
I'm a big fan of Airbnb. As you guys probably know, I've talked about in the videos, I have 3 Airbnbs currently, and they are incredible. They've become like pretty much my main source of income at this point. And there's definitely opportunity wherever you live. I think the number one advice that I would give to somebody is whenever possible, you have to make your Airbnb unique. Because I live in Kona, Hawaii, and there is a sea of Airbnbs here. There's just everybody and their mother has an Airbnb. And so if your space isn't unique, like obviously one of my Airbnbs is a treehouse. So we don't all have the opportunity to build a treehouse. I get it. There's not everyone can just go out and fabricate something like that. But my first Airbnb is just a little studio room that was actually an old storage room. So I'm not a big fan of the like sharing rooms in my house thing, so I don't do that. And you know, that's fine, whatever, people do that, I just don't. So, but what I did, and if you're someone watching this and you want to have an Airbnb, yeah, sure, if you have like a mother-in-law apartment that's like underneath your house, or like, you know, some detached apartment that's like whatever already there, then that's easy. But if you don't, like I didn't, then you can get creative. So I had a storage room that was just on the side of my garage, and it was open and everything. And so what I did is I actually took and I built a wall to where this opening was, and I put in a door. I took plumbing and ran it through one wall and put in a kitchen sink, vanity, the whole 9 yards. I'll actually include some pictures on how I did that remodel. But the other advice that I have for you is whatever Airbnb space you make it very, very nice. So I actually got a lot of criticism from like the contractors and people that helped me, because I was putting in granite countertops and expensive faucets and like nice things, and everyone was like, isn't this a rental? Like, why are you putting in like that nice countertops and those nice flooring and like nice stuff? And you know, people, there's kind of this like perception that if it's a rental, you should put in like the cheapest crap you can find. So I didn't, and that has definitely paid off for me, because even though my space was small, everybody that ever came and stayed in my little studio Airbnb, they all loved it, and they all said it was really, really nice. It was like nice finishes, nice this, nice that. And so my advice to you is do something unique if you can. Build something fun, build something different that's, you know, that not everybody has. Go on Airbnb and look at what everybody's doing in your area and try to do something different. If all you have is a garage or a storage room or something, make that up, but decorate it really cool, decorate it really nice, put in nice things, and you know, the reviews will pay off, and you'll get a lot of bookings in the future.
So don't be cheap, right?
Don't be cheap, basically. Don't be cheap. Great example is my neighbor that lives across the street from me. She has 2 Airbnbs, and they're super like cheap. And she actually charges like $60 a night for her Airbnbs, and the rooms are actually bigger than my studio. I charge $100 a night for my studio. It's rented out every single night, and I'm a super host. I got good reviews, but you know, And then I have another neighbor on the other side of me, same thing. He charges like $60, $70 a night. It's just very basic. It's the decorations are not nice. The inside is not nice. It's not fun. It's not whatever. And they you know, ask me how I'm able to rent mine out every day and how I charge as much as I do and I'm still full. And it's the good reviews. It's the nice inside. It's the attention to detail. So don't be cheap. Yeah, I already answered that question. Okay, so that's it for now. We'll do a part 2 if we get a bunch more questions. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your questions and your comments. Obviously you can comment below on this video if you have more questions and you just see this on YouTube and you want to know. But appreciate it. If you like the video, please like it. Please subscribe. You know, obviously we want more subscribers, so tell your friends. And it's over. It's time to go home. Go home now. Okay.